Grandpa Keto here. Week 2 is now in the books, and we get ready to start week 3 of the 28-day Keto Challenge. How did week 2 go? I'm just going to be honest with you. I think it went well for me. Week 1, I lost 8 pounds. Week 2, that's a drum roll, I lost another 4 pounds. So I am down 12 pounds now in 2 weeks doing the ketogenic diet. And I'll tell you, I've seen some improvements. So let me talk to you about the non-scale victories. You know, we like seeing the weight drop off, and we like seeing those numbers go down, but let's talk about the observations that I have made through 2 weeks now. Now, first up, less hunger. I'm not as hungry. I'm staying full because I'm eating whole foods. You know, I am eating meat. I'm eating good protein sources. I'm eating meat. And what vegetables I eat are fibrous, filling vegetables. So there you go. I have been full and my hunger has been less. So in week 2, I noticed a big change in my energy levels. And it happened about 10, 11 days in, so about midweek of week 2. My energy all of a sudden just picked up. If you was with me last week, you know my goal this week was to stay the course from week 1, and this week add a 15-minute walk 5 days a week. So I ended up far exceeding that. My walks ended up being around 50 minutes apiece. I felt so good after 15 minutes, I kept going. So I got to where I would set my timer for 25 minutes and I would walk, and when it went off, I turned around and went back. So 50-minute walks. I had 3 days that I was over 10,000 steps. Yesterday, I was over 10,000 steps by 1:30 on Sunday. So very, very pleased with my energy. It has been up and I have been on the go, and I just can't tell you how much an improvement my energy has made. I also have seen a huge improvement in my mental health. Now, we talk about things we talk about the numbers on the scale. We also talk about things like loose clothes. You know, that's another big improvement I've had. My clothes are loose. I am going to have to punch another hole in my belt here pretty soon. And the truth is, if I keep on losing, I'm going to need another pant size drop here very shortly. And I'm fairly happy about that too. But it has been the mental health changes that have really impressed me. Somewhere around midweek, and I'm going to tell you here in a minute what I think the midweek change was, and it's a big one. But around midweek, all of a sudden, my memory became better, my focus became better, my mental clarity was better. All of a sudden, things changed. I had been struggling a little bit, and I was really kind of concerned because I consider myself a creative person. I like to create things. I'm a woodworker. I like to get in a wood shop and make things. I play the guitar and banjo and mandolin and bass guitar, and I like creating, you know, and I sit down to do these videos, and it's the same way, is that I try to create them in a way that, you know, not only will you get value, but you'll want to watch them and continue through them, that I'm not just boring you and taking up your time. And my creative aspect had just been shot. I just seemed to have no ideas, and I was just, I don't know, it was just a brain fog. And now all of a sudden, it seemed like midweek last week, my creativity popped back up. So what do I think it was? Ketones. About midweek last week, about Wednesday, my ketones went from running zero point 0.3 and 0.5 to running 1.1 to 1.5, and I believe that was a change. And what that shows, of course, is that my body is burning fat for fuel, and then my liver, because of it, is producing ketones, and ketones are beginning to fuel my brain. And I believe that's why the big mental health changes. One of these days, I'm going to do a video, and I had saw where a study came out of Harvard. They had done some study at Harvard, and then in this one, they used the ketogenic diet to treat depression and mental health issues, and they were highly successful in the study. I mean, highly successful. So we'll talk about that later. But it seemed like when I began to burn ketones, all of a sudden, that's when my energy picked up. That's when my mental clarity and my mental health really exploded. That's when things really started happening. Now, here's the big one. What about struggles last week? Did I have any struggles? Well, let me tell you, I had a huge win on Saturday. Grandma Keto and I went out for the day, and we went to Pittsburgh and went to a place called the Grand View Saloon. It's an overlook of the city, and we sat on the rooftop and had lunch and looked out over the city. It was beautiful. It was a great day, and I had a big victory because I sat there and I had a ribeye, some asparagus, and I tried Brussels sprouts. And I've never really tried them, but I always thought I hated them. And I really don't hate them. They were okay. So I'll eat them again. So I left there and I was just, I'm the man, you know. I've won a big victory. So we drove about an hour and 15 minutes to Ogilvy Resort for what they call Ogilvy Fest, which is their fall festival, and went there, and daggone it, I run head first right into a bowl of chocolate ice cream. Ice cream is my kryptonite, and no, I did not win this battle. I got a 2-scoop bowl, which ended up being more like, I'd say, 3 scoops, and I ate it. I ate all of it because Mama didn't raise no quitter. I ate it all. And I thought, man, how easy that was, lose that battle that quickly. But I did get right back up. I dusted off, and I got back to it and got things back under control. I didn't do what I usually do, which is then burn the wagon after I fell off and drag it out in the woods and hide it somewhere. I got right back on it. So that, to me, was a win. But ice cream is always my struggle. Anyway, what are your struggles? Tell me what foods you struggle with. Usually for me, it's ice cream and potatoes. I love potatoes. So there you go. That's my 2 big struggles. So this week, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to keep my diet simple. I'm going to stay the course just like I have been. Whole foods. If God made it, that's what I'm eating. And I'm going to try to stay that course this week. I'm going to continue my walking. My goal is to continue at least 50 minutes. I want to get 150 minutes of walking in this week. And then this week, I'm going to add intermittent fasting. And I'm going to have a video about it a little later on, but I'm going to add it. I'm going to be eating in a 6-hour window. So I'll be fasting 18 hours a day, and I'm going to be eating between noon and 6 p.m. So that's my goals for this week. Just stay the course, keep it simple. And I'm going to try to do that for the first month. And then after that, we'll see. Maybe then we'll try some recipes and do some different things. Anyway, get down there in the comments. Tell me how you're doing. Are you struggling? Are you still on the keto diet? Are you doing this with me? And if you are, let me know how much weight you've lost. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how it's going for you. Anyway, until the next time, I'm Grandpa Keto.